one of those. That's 54 mil. Put that on there. A quick change stem. We need to take that out like so. And the quick change stem will go in there. What we need to do is take some of that rubber off. So we'll take that off. Cut that off. Pop that back on. And we need to put that. There you go. Now that's in perfectly there. So this is where we're going to push on the anti-tangle sleeve. So your sleeve here that originally came with a quick change stem, that will be inside the bag, and that will sit over nicely. And then on this end, what we're going to do is we're going to trim just a few mil back, just enough so your tubing will sit inside there. In fact, it might be easier for me to use my nail clippers. It's just a tiny little neat trim. And that there, that bore there, is probably about 1.5 mil, just enough for your tungsten rig tubing to fit in there. So I've just threaded on the tungsten tubing. Now I'm just going to thread the line or the mono through this anti-tangle sleeve, and I'll just push the tubing inside. So that's a nice tight neat fit. Now what we'll do now is create a small overhand loop. Then I'll pull that tight. That loop's around, that'd be around 10 mil, just to give you a rough idea. Okay, so I'm just going to pass this loop through the stem itself. Then I'm going to create another loop and pass that through the overhand loop that I've just passed through the stem. And that big loop, then you can just pass that over the solid bag, and by doing that loop, that allows the small knot on the overhand loop to slide right down to the stem. And of course you can just do one large loop without doing the secondary loop, but by doing that, what you'll find is once you pass the large loop through the stem and then the bag through that, you'll end up with a knot too far away from the stem, and consequently you won't be able to use the tubing because the knot simply won't enter the tubing itself. So yeah, but to be perfectly honest, if I know that I'm going to be using a lot of solid bags, I generally will end up tying mine directly to the stem anyway, rather than using a loop. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you this anyway, just to show you that you can actually use tubing with the loop method. So yeah, really that's it. It's I know the solid bag's a bit of a mess, but yeah, I just basically wanted to show you that. You can see it looks quite neat though, and the tubing really is quite firm into that anti-tangle sleeve, so there's no danger of that coming out. But, I must work on my solid bags.